I'm an aesthetic physician. I try to bring the most natural, safe results to my patients to make them feel better internally as well as looking better externally. So the importance of the consultation is really to learn what the patient wants, to learn what upsets them most, and then to design a treatment plan for them with education. So teach them about the way there's a change in skin, a change in fat, a change in muscle, a change in bone. When the patient understands the reason for doing things, and when you can do the treatments, generally the result is always excellent. In my consultation, I always hand the patient a mirror and say, give me 3 things that you don't like about your face and 3 things that you do. We need to know what the patient dislikes most and respectfully address them. It may be they're not the biggest issues, and then we can educate them beyond that. What are the bigger issues? But if we ignore what concerns them most, we will lose them on some level. And that's the reason for handing them the mirror.
The way that I think I look is completely different when I look in the mirror. And so I avoid looking in the mirror. I have stopped taking photos of myself, and even work. You know, there was a thing at work that they said about headshots, and I didn't sign up to it because I didn't want I just didn't feel comfortable. And I want to change that. That's not right.
But maybe tell me some things that maybe you worry about or fear might happen today. Maybe we can put your mind at ease about those.
Yeah. I think my biggest fear is that I don't look like myself after the treatment. I just want to have my looks enhanced. I want to look how I used to look in a way. So I don't want to come away not recognising myself, but in a different way to how I don't recognise myself now.
I think it's very true. I mean, we'd always advise patients that things can go well and wonderfully well, but we always counsel about adverse possible reactions. And for us, they are vascular occlusion, infection, and autoimmune reactions, and then just not getting the result that you wanted. And you'll see, dare I say, bad work in society, and you'll think, gosh, will they do that to me? And that's clearly often overuse of the product, use of the wrong product in the wrong place and the wrong amount. Today, we won't be doing that. Okay, the range of fillers that we use are designed to blend seamlessly with your tissues, to create a natural volume that has good duration, and also works with you, not just in the still photo, but in the video, whereby when you move your face, it's integrated and looks natural at all times. So rest assured, that's the sort of product we're using today.
And how long does it last?
A great thing about these products is their duration. With this product, we can look at a good 12 months duration. The oxy-free technology is very innovative. So it's oxygen that will break things down. So it makes sense that oxy-free means that the reactive oxygen species have been taken away from the product. This means it won't degrade at the same rate. So you get that duration around 12 months. That's better for the patient because they get the result they wanted for longer, and we're happier when they're happier. The main reason that I chose MaiLi as the hyaluronic acid filler that we use is I'd really tried almost everything and fallen in and out of love with them repeatedly. I really wanted a product whereby I could predict accurately what was going to happen, that had a variance to the type of filler so we could really get results in the right places. And this, I was amazed the first time I injected MaiLi. This is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to feel a certain way. So when you use the volume product, it creates volume. You know, when you use the extreme, it creates this crazy lift. And when you use define on the lip, you really feel that it's defining what you have in your mind, gets recreated on the patient. And I used it once, twice, and that was it. I stopped everything and MaiLi all the way. With Arabella's treatment, we started with the temple, and there was clear indentation, loss of volume, so we used deep injections of the extreme product to get that projection, to widen the eyes. You'll find if you wear glasses, you look better. It's because you're framed better, and when the indentation's there, it makes the eyes look narrow. So a deep injection of the extreme into the temple brought the eyes out. Now once that was done, it was time to move to the cheek, in cheek definition, to get that rise and lift. So we used extreme on the cheek, and we used some volume on the medial cheek to create some apple in the cheek and angle along the zygoma to really get that lift. And also that combines with that temple treatment for this upper face lift. Then moving down, we get down towards the chin and the jaw area, and we went deep into the jaw to get some projection, and also into the front of the chin to almost stretch it in forward and backward direction to make the chin longer. We had to bring the chin down, so cannula treatment with the volume across there brought the chin lower down, because we're trying to get this angulation from the square face, which Arabella had, to a more triangular face. So all that width in the temple and the cheek coming down then to a point in the chin. We needed some lip treatment to get that hearth of the face and to give structure, so we used the Define product and Precise in the lip to get that fullness. So very much a global treatment, small amounts in multiple areas, which keeps it natural, and in many ways we get lift, stretch for a good result.
When I first looked in the mirror from having the treatment, I was completely overcome with emotion. It actually makes me feel quite emotional just thinking about it now, because I suddenly recognised who was looking back at me in the mirror. And that's just a wonderful feeling.
I think what I really enjoyed today was, again, just the product doing what I wanted it to do. The reveal is always the best. When you finally finalise the treatments, and you've been so focused on these small areas, and the patient then looks and sees himself in the whole and the emotional reaction that follows. That's always the best part.
So I think my favourite bit was seeing my lips and my cheeks, and it's actually quite interesting because enhancing those two different parts of my face, I felt brought my eyes out and my eyes looked fresher again. And so it was a lovely feeling to look in the mirror. And it's been such a long time since I felt that way.
Well, if you're thinking of changing the HA filler that you use, I would just say you must give MaiLi a go first. It's going to give you the results you've been looking for. It's lovely to use in your hand. Patients love the natural look, the soft look. And yes, if you're looking to switch to MaiLi. You will not be disappointed.